to call the Finance Committee meeting to order. First up is County Clerk Joe Provenza.
Good morning.
Morning, Joe.
Hopefully the reports got emailed to you. Overall, the year's going very well. Money is coming in, both in mortgage tax and in transfer tax. Looks like we're doing quite well in paying for ourselves. I have two resolutions to request. The first one is to authorize the purchasing officer to go forward and for recanvassing of some books. It's a cheaper, effective way of preserving some of the old records that they still use.
I have a motion to move that. Mr. Cannon, second by Mr. Morrow. Discussion? Being none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Carries.
Thank you. And the second one is to preserve some of the old court records that people still use as well.
I have a motion, that's for the co-file?
Yes.
Do I have a motion for that resolution for preservation? By Mr. Cannon, second by Mr. Gillowens. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carries.
Thank you. I would like to extend my best wishes to the four who are retiring, Mr. Connell, Mr. Blades, Mr. Cannon, and Mr. Grinnell. Thank you. It's been a pleasure working with all of you. It's been a pleasure working with the board, the chairman, and as well as the committee. Thank you for everything.
Any questions for Joe?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Joe. Thank you. Next up is our auditor, Brenda Sullivan. Morning, Brenda.
Good morning. My report was emailed out to the committee. I have nothing further. Are there any questions for me?
Any questions for Brenda? Mr. Politi.
Brenda, is it going to be the same without Dave?
You know, no more blueberry coffee smells in the office anymore.
I mean, I was just wondering if you're going to be able to survive without Blades in your office all the time.
It's going to be tough. It really is.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else for Brenda this morning?
Yeah.
Mr. Morrow.
Just to let Mr. Politi know, I'll do my best to pull up the slack.
Thank you, Mr. Blueberry coffee drinker, though. Anyone else? All righty. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas. Thank you.
And next is Mike Diskin, our treasurer. Morning, Mike.
I just want to say in my 21 years here, no one's ever came and sat down in my office, had coffee with me, so I have two chairs in front if you're welcome to come in anytime. But no one seems to take me up on it. I'll make it simple. Sales tax is down, occupancy is up. Other reports are there. Anybody have any questions? Otherwise, we'll make it short. Set everything out.
How far down is the sales tax?
We are, if you look at it from a strictly cash view, which I give you kind of two ways to look at it because that's what we give you each year when we share the money. In terms of sharing it, it's about $1,179,000 or about almost 4.3% down from last year. Looking at it in terms of the way we apply it to the budget, because we apply it from beginning March 1st through February 28th, and that goes back many, many years, and I think probably the only one that might remember that is Mr. Cannon. I don't know if Jerry was here then.
Jim Marquette.
Yeah. But
13th month.
yeah, that there was, when we do that, we're looking at about $783,000 down from last year, about 3.3% down, based on what we put in the budget.
Thank you.
As far as occupancy, we continue to escalate. I think part of the occupancy, we're starting to see ahead of time some vacation rentals being reported because we're getting new names in. We're getting a lot of registrations daily. A lot of people turning in new registrations and a lot of phone calls inquiring about how to do it. A lot of people are going online and getting the information. But we're also seeing some new new money come in from new names, so those seem to be the people that registered ahead of time and are offered to pay the vacation rental that they've collected already, so while the money is up, part of it, I think, has to do with that.
Mr. Farabee?
Mike, the final draft on the registration and the filing forms for the bed tax,
They're online, yeah, they're all online along with the local law.
Okay, thanks.
Further questions for Mike? All righty, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you. County Manager, Mr. Palmer.
I have a resolution authorizing me to sign the renewal contract with PROACT for the prescription drug program. I think it's being recommended for 2 years, the renewal. That's the PROACT plan is through NISAC. We started participating in that, I think it was 3 years ago. This is the self-insured drug plan.
Mr. Politi, seconded by Mr. Preston. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carries.
The second one I have is a resolution requesting a reappointment for 2 years. I am up at the end of this year.
Moved by Mr. Politi and seconded by Mr. Morrow. All in favor? I'm sorry, discussion.
Not 12 to be allowed to vote.
Now, what are we voting on again? Dan?
Let me see.
It's been 2 years? Is there anyone else running?
No one else is...
Yeah, that seems to be... I totally support Dan. We've gotten really good at agreeing to disagree. That's right.
Well, he's done a great job for us, and I appreciate everything he's done. I'm sure we all do. Further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. The other one we have is Linda. We went out to bid for auditing services. As you know, Dick D'Onofrio retired, so we have to replace our county auditor. Linda's requesting that we award to Bondi & Company, LLP, for auditing services in the amount of $50,000 per year for 2015, 2016, and 2017. That's not the low bidder. There was actually a low bidder that was $500 less, but this company provides the closing entries, which Linda simply has to review. The other company wanted Linda to do the closing entries and then review her closing entries. So there's a little less work involved here for Linda at the $500, so she is requesting that we award to Bondi & Company at $50,000 per year.
Someone want to move that? By Mr. Politi, second by Mr. Morrow. Discussion?
I'll recommend anything that Linda says.
We better. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Anything else, Dan?
That's all I had. Thank you.
Any questions for Dan? Okay, Charlie has been excused due to a death in the family. Extend our thoughts and prayers to her and her family. She did want to mention that they're busy working on getting the tax rolls and bills out to the tax collectors. She thinks that may be finished by tomorrow. She also mentions that water, sewage, and village school re-levies are down about $148,000. Lastly, she wants to congratulate Mr. Cannon, Mr. Connell, and Mr. Blades for their retirement, and she states that it's been an honor and pleasure working with them, and she appreciates their support for her and her office throughout the years, that they will be missed, as I'm sure we are all aware. So, is there anything else to come from the floor for the Finance Committee? If not, Mr. Skazababa asked me to move a resolution of condolence to the family of Ed Harder, who passed away recently, and he was a employee, Child Protective Services here within the Department of Social Services. Someone want to move that? Moved by Mr. Palady. Unanimous second. Thank you very much. Anything else to come before Finance? If not, we're adjourned. Merry Christmas.